Oh yeah, I did an article on I did a 2K simulation article.
Shut up, nigga. The Jets suck.
Wait. First of all,
y'all niggas suck.
First of all, wrong video game. Second of all,
your quarterback kissed a stripper.
First of all, it wasn't a stripper. It was just some random New Jersey girl, which is pretty much the same thing, STD wise. Second of all right, he's trending on the right path. He's gonna be back in time to face the Eagles. Third of all, we are bereft of injuries. Okay, the best player on our defense is hurt. The third best player on our defense is hurt. Right, we already lost a wide receiver to injury for the year. Lev Bell can't do it all by himself. Our offensive line is a revolving door. I mean, geez, they couldn't stop a nosebleed. And our secondary, my God, you talk about burnt toast. Jesus Christ. It's just ridiculous.
You don't want to talk about burnt toast. Mike Evans torched us for 190 and 3 touchdowns.
3 facts.
I saw that.
So
Janoris Jenkins is a bum.
Yeah, Janoris Jenkins, bro, I don't know what's going on with homie because, Lord Jesus, every time, bro, we really talking about the podcast.
I was like, all
right, real quick. Miles, does Janoris Jenkins, like when there's an overthrow or like a ball that clearly the receiver can't catch, does he ever celebrate like he did something?
Yo, it's crazy? Like not this year. It was 2 years ago when our defense was incredibly stacked. When we had Damon Harrison and Landon was all pro that year. He was really clamping everybody. Like I'm talking about everybody's number one receiver wouldn't have over 100 yards.
He had a quote saying, "I can't cover nobody for 10 seconds."
Bro, but
funny that nobody for 3.
And they were like, Mike Evans ain't need no 10 seconds.
That last ball that Jameis threw, right? Mike Evans put his hand up 3 steps into his route. 3 steps into his route, he put his hand up. Oh my gosh. But nah, I only asked because our cornerback, Jarrell Roberts, dog, this guy is a bona fide scrub. He is so bad. And what makes it worse is that when he celebrates, like there was a pass, Brady.
There's always someone like that in every sport.
It's so annoying because Brady threw a pass in the end zone. The wide receiver dropped it, right? Darryl Roberts is celebrating like he did something. I wanted to throw the remote through the TV so bad because the very next play, he gets burned for a touchdown by Julian Edelman. Like he is atrocious. He can't cover tight ends, can't cover slots, can't cover outside guys. He is a bum. It doesn't help that Tremaine Johnson's also a bum. That's $72.5 million down the drain.
Well, on that note, guys, welcome to episode 8 of the Sarutobi Sports Pod. It's me, John. We got Mr. Miles Francesa again.
I think I'm gonna change my intro. I think I'm gonna go by Miles Russo, and that's word to Mad Dog.
So okay,
yeah.
I got you. And then we got Penny Atkinson.
Nope. Today it's Penny Proud.
Yo, I'm cracking up.
Big ass feet.
Nah, that wasn't Penny.
That was La Cienega.
That was La Cienega that got the big ass.
That was the Spanish joint.
All right. I just thought everyone on the show had big feet, but okay.
Nah, that's codename Kids Next Door.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, considering how this episode started, you might as well just continue with the football talk. So, do you guys want to start with our respective teams, or do you want to talk about the rest of the league and let you guys, get your emotions a little under control before we dive into the
let's switch it up because we always talk about our teams first. I feel like.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so real life, I want to talk about the Rams and the Browns game first off.
Hold on, sorry. How about before we get How about before we get into the games, let's just go into the meltdown that is Antonio Brown.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's probably more important.
We're talking about a player that's been in the conversation, would still be in the conversation for the best at his position, and complete meltdown to I'm just not gonna play no more.
In regards to Antonio Brown, I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, and it's just so sad that like a player of his caliber is just going in reverse like this. Like he's setting an example for players that it's just unexcusable at this point. Like kind of what he said on Twitter was facts. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, when he was talking about
on Friday.
Well, yeah. Oh, that too. He's like he was really making a joke of it too.
Yeah,
That was the craziest part. But I mean, when he was talking about what happened with Big Ben and like the other players in terms of what happened when they were going through their sexual assault things, I think because Antonio has so much controversy circled around him, he's a target right now. So anything that can go wrong with him or seems to be going wrong with him is like he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt. That's why he got released. And then I feel like if this stuff clears up, I think he'll get signed by somebody because this is generational talking about. This is Antonio freaking Brown we talking about. But I think his attitude is also just not it just doesn't seem like he wants to play.
Yeah, I get that. It seems like that same thing he's been trying to be like. He's like, oh, I don't need the NFL. I don't need the NFL. That's cool. Like, again, you're more than an athlete. But if your job is being an athlete, you know, you might as well. Or if you don't, that's cool too. Just be like, hey, I don't love the game. But, you know.
But he does love the game. And that's just the unfortunate part is that, like, he's upset. He's emotional, and I get it. But he's acting like a nutcase right now. Like, and Twitter was really making fun of him, saying that he's the first living person diagnosed with CTE, and it's just like that's really what people on Twitter was saying was that he's the first person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Montez perfect, man.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. But I don't know, man. When it comes to Antonio, he's such a great talent. It just sucks that it's most likely going to go to waste this season, and probably for the rest of his career if he even has one. All jokes aside, though, sexual assault is a very serious thing, and if he did do this, he deserves to be on an exempt list. Like, you know, just based off of, you know, how not even how he conducts himself, but if he just performed in this act, it's just unexcusable. You know, it's just not something that we condone. It's not something that the NFL condones. But we'll only know as the investigation continues in the NFL. So,
yeah, we just got to get all the information out. That's why I didn't want to talk about it before, because it was like so new, and it's like, you know, you want to get all the information. You don't want to make any wild claims or anything out there. But yeah, you know, there's no place for that anywhere. But it's such a sharp turn, and like you were saying about how it's just like it doesn't seem like he wants to play. Imagine how Andrew Luck feels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Player in his prime, who his body just can't take it anymore, even though he wants to. Like, you know, he's like, I love this team so much that it's like, you know, if I wasn't constantly rehabbing, I'd be doing everything I can. And it's like he made the decision to step away. You know, when it's like you have AB, like it kind of sounds like he's just crying right now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, nobody wants me to this and that. All right, whatever. Bye. I don't want to play football anymore. I'm done. Like, you know, it sucks because it's like, obviously, as a person, you want whatever's best for them, but it's like, as a fan, you know, AB's like people pay to see AB, and he's a generational talent. You know what I mean? He's one of the greatest players you've seen, and it sucks that he's having all these on and off field issues. You know.
No, it's just you never know what's going on in somebody's head, and you never want to speak on anybody else. But it's like all the God-given talent this guy has, and he's literally thrown it down the drain, and you're just like, yo. Not to say that some people don't deserve like good things in life, but like, yo, like how are you at the peak of your your job. Like you guys said, he is the best at what he does. He is a top 3 wide receiver in the National Football League.
Shit, he might be a top 3 wide receiver ever.
Right?
It's debatable, but he's definitely in that conversation.
And to just throw it all away and then just I forget what I was watching, but in terms of like the sexual assault thing, there was somebody I was listening to and they made a good point. It was like a lot of athletes, or a good majority that get involved with like the sexual assault or whatever situations or domestic these things, have almost lived kind of like a coddled life, in the sense of not because of materialistic things, but because their talent was so great. People saw that and let them get away with anything, and they've never really been told
no.
Yeah, they've never been told no before. So when that situation comes up, they kind of don't know how to act, and it's like, yo, like, bruh, she says no, it's like, and then just reading the transcripts of all the things and the text messages, and I'm like, yo, this guy's a wild man. He needs to go away. Like,
exactly. If everything checks out, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. And like I feel like I hear that brought up a lot. And that really is a good case. Like when people get things like special treatment their whole life, or things handed to them, because it's not just athletes, or like, it's anyone. It's
celebrities
people who've been celebrities for a long time, just people who've had money. You know what I mean? Like it's when they hear no, they don't know how to act, they don't know how to react, and they're just like, what do you mean no? Like, I'm me, it's a sad thing, especially in regards to like sexual assault and things like that. But it's just hope, thorough investigation, and then we get the full answer of what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like almost like, like there's different privileges in the world, or like,
certain rules apply to certain people.
Yeah.
Sometimes athletes just think they feel like they live by a different set of rules, and sometimes it is the case, and then other times it rears its ugly head, and it's a snap back to reality. But I think it's what's weird is like this. Even just today, like he announced that he's going. Antonio Brown is enrolling in Central Michigan, which is the school he originally went to before he went to the league. And I was like, I didn't read too much into it, but it like what he was going back to school to major in. Like, is he just picking up what he left off with? When he was there,
the communications major.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, same. It's like, no, it's cool if you want to stop playing football and go back to school, but it's like it seems like you're playing victim, and you're just like, they forced me to do this. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want me in the league, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna make the best out of the situation, when it's like you've created the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's enough on AB. I mean, there's only so much you can do to talk about a self-destructive human being.
Yeah, it's just sad, man.